In the last 2 years, we've had great success against the Atlantic Division. I know you put a little bit of importance on division games. Why do you think that's occurred?
Well, Boston is a very tough foe. I mean, they're a team that is a tough matchup for us. We've been fortunate in the last few games, but again, they're very difficult to game plan for because the matchups, similar to the way it is against Chicago, different circumstances. But it's always a tough game for us to get ready for, just because, one, how hard they play, and also the matchups.
How different are they when Jay Crowder's not on the floor?
Well, it gives them another defender, big time lockdown. They've already got a bunch of them, and it just gives them another knockdown defender, another three-point shooter, a guy that can space the floor, another tough-minded guy, physical guy. So that changes, a lot for them. But again, they're still a very tough team without him. They've been unfortunate and lost some games that they probably should have won with him out, but they still have enough on the floor to be a winning team.
When you talk about tough, it seems that whenever Luis Scola steps on the floor against these guys, that first quarter, he's tough for them to deal with.
Luis is one of those guys, either first or the third quarter. He's kind of the guy that gets us started. And that's one thing about him. He knows the moment. That's what experience tells you and gives you, of understanding when the moment is. And, he's good for us in that situation. He's the first one to say, hey, this next few minutes. And he's always right on point of when that moment is. And, he's done a good job of getting us started, whether it's the first or third quarter.
So he kind of recognizes what the matchup is in his favor and kind of lets you guys know, I'm ready.
The other night I thought was different because it was a back-to-back, and I think he was more getting everybody kind of juiced up because it was a back-to-back, knew that everybody was a little sluggish. I thought he set the tone. I thought he came out and set the tone for us, understanding that, everybody's going to be kind of feeling sorry for themselves, and Boston was going to come out full of juice. So he did a good job in setting, and that's what leadership and that's what experience does for you.
I know you guys are still, in the midst of trying to keep racking up as many wins as possible. But is there a part of you that recognizes how unprecedented what you guys are doing right now and the opportunity you have in terms of wins, in terms of playoff seeding, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I understand where we are with our program. I don't think a lot of people do, how tough it is to organically grow our program, where we've come from, where we're going. Expectations are a little bit out of whack, but that's part of the game. To accomplish what our guys have accomplished with what we was basically the same team we had last year, our guys have done a heck of a job. But are we a finished product? No. We still have a ways to go to continue to get better, to continue to improve. Right now, health for me is probably as important as continuing to trying to climb up and catch Cleveland. But, I'm a competitor, and I think all those guys in the locker room are competitors, no matter who's playing. So I think that's foremost in the back of their head.
How do you approach that, though? That balance between being a competitor but making sure you give your guys enough rest so that the playoffs
It's tough. It's very difficult because you want to win every game, but big picture-wise, we want to be healthy come end of the month and when the playoffs start. So I understand that, but again, I trust that our guys in the locker room are winners, they're competitors also, so they're going to lay it on the line, which I feel like, and for the most part, guys that have stepped in for guys sitting out have done to the best of their ability. So hopefully we can continue to do that. That's, you guys stepping up in another notch out of his lane a little bit, but our guys have done a decent job with that.
Amir Johnson has been very efficient for the Celtics lately. What makes him so dangerous close to the rim?
Well, he's an experienced guy. He's been in the league since he was, 15 or 16 years old. So he's been in the league for a long time. He knows how to play. He's smart. He's crafty around there. It look like he's never going to get the shot off, but he goes in. And please don't let him shoot a three because it takes him 2 days to wind up for his three-point shot. So, but Amir, I love Amir. He's a competitor. He's a leader. He's one of the guys that, like Luis for us now, sets the tone for your team and does a lot of the nuances that you really don't notice with the naked eye.
And he's always running the floor, putting his body on the line. What's your impression just in terms of his hustle?
Well, he's a sprinter. He's been a sprinter all all of his life, and that's one thing our bigs have to do tonight is make sure they get back with him, because he was a sprinter in high school, and he's one of those guys that knows how to run and is really fast. So he does a great job of setting the tone for the running game by running to the rim.
Dwane, what do you make of these matches? You guys have a bugaboo against Chicago. Boston can't beat you guys. Charlotte, like everybody's got in the East has a bugaboo team that you just can't figure. What do you make of that?
It's matchups. It's matchups, and it's certain things, certain teams are not equipped to handle that other teams, and it's kind of hard to explain without giving away all the secrets. But there's certain matchups, there's certain skill sets that are with each team that are difficult. Boston has a lot of the skill sets that give everybody trouble. Chicago definitely has all those skill sets and physical presence that gives everybody trouble. So for us, we've got a lot of issues with a lot of different teams, but matchups in this league are so. I remember in Seattle, Utah was our biggest nemesis. There's whatever they did, there was nothing we could do to beat them. And it's hard to explain. It's not schemes. It's not game planning. It's matchups. And until we can overcome that, or until the players at those positions can overcome certain things, then it's going to be that way. We just got through going through that with Charlotte. I mean, there for a long time we couldn't beat Charlotte to save our life, and so hopefully we're over that hump. I don't know if we are or not, but there's always that team that you struggle against.
Does that ever come into your thinking of a team you don't want to face in the first round, or you?
No, I'm one of those guys that you got to take whoever comes to you. The basketball guys will always get you if you start saying, hey, we want to play this team, because you'll get what you ask for. And I'm a firm believer, let the game, the possessions, the quarters, and everything else take care of itself. And whoever's the matchings put you up with, or the matchups you have, let's go with it.
Coach, the latest on Jonas, did he go through shoot-around?
Yes, he did. He did. I expect him to play tonight. Yeah.
How about Patton?
We'll see. They're questionable, but we'll see.